I'm going to continue with the verses from Nagarjuna on giving so that we can all become affliction-free. We're going to have affliction-free households, like to have smoke-free environments. And the next one is, by giving with a straight mind, one gets rid of deviousness. So sometimes when I am really confused, I have this list of these 20 slogans, and I just read the whole list, try to figure out what is wrong with my mind. And I don't land on this one very much, but I was thinking about this and thinking, like, it's because of that word deviousness. It's hard for me to think of myself that way. So, but when I think about what this is really getting at that I can relate to, and I would say that if it all comes down to motivation, really. It's so to me, this is a call to, when I'm giving in any way, interacting with another person, what comes up most immediately is, say I'm going to help somebody, is looking at my motivation for why I'm doing that. For instance, I thought about, when I moved to the Abbey, I've thought a lot about my motivation that I had in coming here as the years have gone by. And I've had to clean up parts of it, which is probably the case for most of us. There's still a part in there that I'm quite aware of, and I try to tap into, as I really wanted to help, you know, and just be helpful. And so that's the part I don't feel like I need to clean up, and that's there. And then there's the other parts where you're kind of wanting something. And so what Venerable Children said about this verse is, when she talked about giving with a straight mind, it's this thing of we're not wanting something in it, we're actually giving to another. And oftentimes our things are, as one of my teachers says, a little bit more like business transactions, where it's like a give and exchange. And so this is a call to me to, not just to get away from giving in a way that might be manipulating, like, you know, hinting or giving a small gift to get a big gift back, but actually more subtly to try to really cultivate a motivation that is other-oriented, which is, of course, going to go right against the self-centered thought, which is, you know, quite dominant in my life and our lives. So by giving with a straight mind, one gets rid of deviousness. So this is an opportunity for us to really look at our motivation and know that it's not unusual to have to clean them up, and we can do that. And it's the practice, is to look at, really see in situations when they don't go quite so well, really what was my motivation there? And in the times in my life where things, one instance in particular where I really worked on my motivation, I even went to a therapist to help me make sure I was really clear in this big endeavor I was going to do. And that endeavor didn't go so well. But my motivation was so clear that there was something really pure that always went through that experience with another person, you know, in their life, that is something that is I would say is the bond that holds us together, because it's based on a real kind of love and concern for the other. And that I think came about because I went in depth into looking at my motivation. So even though the result of that endeavor was, in my mind, kind of a failure on one level, there's another level where the motivation was very clean and it's carried through, and it's what is actually the bond, I think, at this point in time between me and another person. So that, I think that points to, you know, when we can, and we do sometimes, really work on these things and we have clear motivations, no matter what happens, it's kind of a positive, has a positive outcome in some level.